Christmas of the past. As far back as I can remember, the Schofields had Christmas at the Wills family home in Highland Park in the 50s, 60s. My Uncle Larry would be there, my Aunt Sharon, Uncle Art. They'd around their kids. At Grandma and Grandpa Mills' house. So my brother Paul and my sister Lorraine and myself, oh, we would drive up there to my mother and father to their house around noontime. Christmas Eve was usually spent at our house. We'd open a couple of presents the night before, and then all our presents in the morning, and noontime we'd head up to the grandparents. Usually around 1 or 2 we'd have kind of a lunch dinner type thing. There was always turkey, dressing, cranberry sauce, potatoes, carrots. You know what we had it, milk, juice or water. There was always mincemeat pie. There'd be cherry pie, apple pie, and at least there was somebody that would eat one of those pies. Mine was always cherry. With ice cream, of course. A couple hours later, we would open our presents, which most of the time were socks or shirts from the grandparents. And, of course, around 1960, my cousin David was born in 62, Janice came along. It made playing a lot more easier. Of course, we always had at the grandma and grandpa's house, so we would have to play while the women cooked. They didn't want us near the TV or, in the kitchen, which makes sense to me now. And it meant more presents, when David and Janice came along. By 1967, Larry got married. And then a couple years later, Larry and his wife Gail had their 2 daughters. Until about 1972, we had Christmas there. One Christmas we had my dad's mother down. One time only. A couple years later, Larry and Gail would have Christmas, down at with Sharon and Art down in Anaheim with Grandma and Grandpa, and we didn't get together. It was a sad time, because I'd always look forward to those dinners. Well, from that time forward, we started having Christmas at my parents' house, first on Oak Circle Drive, and then later up in La Crescenta at their apartments. In 1970, my dad's mother passing away on Christmas, actually Christmas Eve, and sad time for everyone, because my dad's stepfather had died about a week before Christmas. By 1976, my sister got married, and by 78, my brother. In 80, I got married. And a lot more presents. It was in the 80s, and Paul had his kids, and Laurie had her daughter, and of course I had my 2 kids, Robert and Heather. By 1988, my brother had moved away, my sister had moved away, and my parents, and I moved away too. I moved to Indio, and my parents were in Beaumont. And the Christmases were spent with my family at my mom and dad's. This all became a regular thing until about 1998. That would be the last Christmas we would spend with my mother. She passed away December the 3rd, 1999. So from that time forward, it was a strain for my father to have Christmas, and he usually was away with his girlfriend, so Christmas was my family. And that's kind of the way it's been since then, until my son moved away. Now it's my daughter and her husband and my 2 grandkids and my wife and I. And more presents. And my wife's brought her traditions of Christmas and mine, and we kind of put them together.